You hatch on a mud mound in the middle of a lake that is trying to kill everything around you, and you are gray. The shell cracks after 30 days. You push through into air that smells of sulfur and brine. The lake around you is red, not from blood, from the chemistry of the water itself, which sits at a pH close to household bleach and reaches temperatures of 60 degrees in the afternoon sun. Your parents built the nest here. Because nothing else will. Nothing else nests here. That is the point. You are the size of a tennis ball. Your feathers are gray, not a pale pink, not a hint of what is coming. Gray, like wet concrete, like ash. You do not look like a flamingo. You look like something that has not decided what it is yet. Your bill is straight and pink. Your legs are swollen and pink. Both will turn black within the week. The curved bill the adults carry, the one built like a bent filter. Yours will not start to develop that shape for another 11 weeks. Right now, you cannot feed yourself. You cannot filter anything. You cannot do the one thing a flamingo exists to do. You open your bill, your father leans over and tilts his head down toward your face. A red liquid runs from his bill into your mouth. It looks exactly like blood. It is not blood, but it looks like blood, and for the next 6 weeks, this is the only food you will receive. At the edge of the lake, something is watching. The marabou stork stands nearly as tall as a human. It has been here since before you hatched. It is not hungry right now. It can wait. You are gray. The stork has learned which ones stay gray the longest. The liquid is called crop milk. It is produced in the lining of your parents' upper digestive tract and brought up through the bill in a controlled stream. Both your mother and your father can produce it. The hormone that triggers it is the same hormone that triggers milk production in mammals. In the first weeks, the milk runs bright red from a pigment stored in your parents' liver. It contains no red blood cells. It is just the color of blood. Over the following months, it fades gradually to pale orange, then to something closer to cream. You call when you are hungry. The calls stimulate more production. Your parents take turns. One feeds while the other rests. They will do this every day for the next 6 weeks until your bill has curved enough to filter food on its own. Here's what happens to them while they feed you. Flamingos are pink because of what they eat. The algae and small crustaceans they filter from the water are rich in carotenoid pigments. The body processes those pigments and deposits them into the feathers. No pigment in the diet means no pigment in the feathers. When your parents produce crop milk, they are redirecting those pigments from their own feathers into the milk that feeds you. Week by week, their color drains. The bright pink fades to pale pink fades to almost white. By the time you are old enough to leave the nest, your parents look like they have been sick all season. They have not been sick. They gave their color to you, and you, for now, are still gray. This is what passes for a good start when you are a flamingo. The stork is still watching. At around 12 days old, you leave the nest mound and join what happens next, the creche. Every chick from the colony that has left its nest folds into a single moving group. Hundreds, sometimes thousands, sometimes tens of thousands. All gray, all the same size, all making the same calls. A few adults move at the edges, but most parents are not with their own chick. The creche is managed by whoever is available. Your parents still visit to feed you. They land at the edge of the creche and call. And somewhere in that mass of thousands of identical gray birds, you call back. 3 chicks this week did not answer when their parents called. They are still in the creche. Nobody is coming back for them. You answer. They find you every time, not by sight. Every chick in that group looks the same, not by position. The creche moves constantly, by voice. Your call has a specific pattern your parents imprinted on in the first days. They walk through the creche, calling, and you answer. The answer is distinct enough that among 10,000 identical birds making identical sounds, they go to you. This works. It has to work, because if it doesn't, you stop being fed. And if you stop being fed, you stay gray. And if you stay gray, something is about to happen to you that only happens to gray chicks. The stork at the edge of the lake is still watching the ones that slow down. Skip forward. You are a few weeks old now. The lake surface evaporates through the day. As the water goes, the minerals stay. Sodium carbonate and sodium bicarbonate. concentrate in the shallows where the chicks wade, and sometimes those minerals do not stay in the water. They crystallize onto whatever is standing in it, onto legs, specifically onto the legs of chicks. The adults have scales thick enough to resist it. Chick legs are softer. The crystals bond to the surface and grow. Slowly at first, a thin ring around one ankle, then thicker, then both ankles. A chick that cannot move its legs cannot follow the creche. A chick that cannot follow the creche stops eating. A chick that stops eating never turns pink. It just stops. You have seen it happen to others. A chick slowing at the edge of the group, legs thickening with white mineral rings, falling further behind. The rest of the creche moves on. The marabou stork does not hurry. It does not need to. The marabou stork stands nearly as tall as a human. It has a wingspan of over 3 meters. Its face is bare and red. Its throat hangs in a loose pink sack. It has been called the Undertaker bird, partly for the way it hunches its shoulders, partly for what it does around the edges of flamingo colonies. It does not chase. It watches the creche from a distance, picks out what is slowing, and walks toward it. Your legs are fine, for now. Skip forward. You are 3 months old. A researcher tried to walk here once. He became stuck in the mud, sustained burns across both feet, the alkaline water, and was on bed rest for several weeks after being pulled out. You are standing where he tried to walk. You will stand here every day for the rest of your life. Your bill has started to curve. You can filter, now, small, imperfect, still learning, but the mechanism is working. You stand in water that would strip the skin from a human leg. The lake is why you are alive. Hyenas cannot cross it. Jackals cannot cross it. Feral dogs cannot cross it. The mud beneath the surface is deep and thick, and the water above it will burn through any skin that is not yours. The colony nests in the center of a moat that no land predator has ever managed to cross. The lake is home because it is hostile. Everywhere that is easy to live, something is already waiting. This place is too difficult for most things to reach. That is the entire point. You lower your head, bill, upside down, in the water, the way it is designed. 10,000 stiff lamellae inside the bill filter algae from the water as your tongue pumps like a piston 20 times per second. The algae contains carotenoid pigments. Your body will metabolize them and move them into your feathers. It will take another year, maybe 2, but it is already starting. You are still gray, but not for much longer. Skip forward. You are 2 years old. Your feathers have started to come in pink, not all of them. A flush across the wings, a deepening along the back. The color will keep building as long as you keep eating. You have been alive for 2 years on a lake that would kill most things in an afternoon. The creche is long behind you. Your parents are pink again. The season is right, and the colony is nesting. 1,000,000 birds on a red lake, each on their own mud mound, each waiting for the shell to crack. You are at the edge of the colony, feeding, head down, bill working, back turned to the open flat. The marabou stork does not announce itself. It walks. That is the whole strategy. It just walks toward whatever is at the edge, head tilted, shoulders hunched, moving with the particular patience of something that has done this 10,000 times. By the time the shadow crosses you, there is nowhere to run that is faster than a wing. You made it 2 years. You made it to pink, on a lake that kills everything else. In the end, something that lives there with you was always what was going to get you. The stork has been watching since before you hatched. 1,000,000 birds on a red lake. Most of them will never turn pink. The ones that do the stork was always waiting at the edge. It was waiting since before the first flamingo hatched. It will still be waiting long after the last one does. The next animal has it worse. Subscribe, that video is coming.